Now, I was also mentioning that let me look at my list for today. Let me do this next. Let me give you a little bit of a roadmap for what's going to happen once we get uh, audio rolled out. So, as I said earlier, the audio on the existing system is transmitted using a service that we license from Vivox. And what we're switching to is a service called WebRTC. WebRTC just refers to the underlying technology of the audio system. And by the way, it's the same technology that you use nowadays if you use Google Meet or if you use Zoom. Everybody nowadays is using WebRTC, and so we wanted to switch to the same WebRTC system. It allows the audio to be higher quality and lower latency, but more importantly, for an environment like ours, it's a system where we can add a whole bunch of other really cool capabilities, and I'm going to talk about those a little bit. So once we get the system up and rolled out with good quality, we're going to add a bunch of additional things to it. The first thing that we're going to add is transcription, which means everything you say will get turned into captions. And you'll see those captions in the text chat, just like you are right now as people talk. That'll be amazing because I'll be able to sit up here and talk. And if somebody doesn't have audio on at their location, or if they're hearing impaired, for example, they'll just be able to see me talking, just like I'm talking right now.
Fancy.
Yeah. Roxy and I hope that we will have a test area up for you to be able to give that a try soon. Hang on, Cody. Cody, hold on a second. Let me take questions at the end and get through this section first, okay? Thank you. So, as I said, the first really cool thing is everything will get turned into captions. Everything will be transcribed. I should say, both with respect to accessibility and just the general needs of everybody in the world, our goal here is to make voice work just as well as chat always has. In other words, whether or not you have audio on or want to wear headphones or want to use a mic, we want to make it possible for everybody to decide whether they want to use chat or whether they want to use voice, and they can just swap interchangeably between one and the other. And of course, this brings me to a second big feature that we hope to add. And by the way, this is one of those features that is very significantly improved by all the modern AI stuff that is, of course, appropriately causing people so much trouble. But one of the side benefits of AI is that AI can do a very, very good job both listening to audio as well as creating audio. So the other feature that I'm really excited about that we'll be adding as soon as we can and as soon as we get the main system online here will be the ability to type text and hear that text in any kind of voice that you would like. This is something that you've probably seen if you've been looking at tools like ElevenLabs or any of the new AI video systems that include sound or voices. So basically, what that means is that we'll be able to use our own voice patterns of our choice and have the things that we type or the things that we say voiced in that voice. So, I could turn myself into Obama or something in the near future and just speak all the time. Similarly, I could, when I type text, I could actually train the system on my own voice and have it replicate my own voice so that you could, so that if I'm not at a place where I could speak, but I type words to people, they just hear it in my voice. And as you probably know, these voice these voice morphing systems that are out there today are extraordinarily powerful. As I think I just heard somebody say, yes, there are risks of abuse there, and we'll have to be thoughtful about the moderation tools and whatnot. You're right, Sassy. If someone kidnaps me, she can fake my voice at meetings in the future. Although, of course, in the case of my voice, and I hesitate to tell you this, but anybody that goes to 11 Labs today and points 11 Labs at some video of me speaking in the past will realize that they have found a way to synthesize my voice today. So there's nothing that we'd be doing here that everybody isn't already doing with respect to audio. But that's another one that I'm really excited about, because there again, it improves accessibility. Everybody will be able to talk with whatever voice they want, and they'll be able to use their own voice, or they'll be able to use text in any way that they want. By the way, to Ducker's question there, what proves it's really you, Philip? That's actually a really material question. I think that everybody that is working on internet software like myself right now is thinking about how we're going to improve identity in a world of deep fakes. Yes, the underpants. I think the short answer is, in Second Life, you do know it's me. Why? Because you see Philip Linden over me. And that means that I've made an authenticated login as Philip Linden, and there's only one Philip Linden, as you know. But this is going to be a big problem on the internet in general. I'll resist the nerd snipe to talk about what I think needs to happen for identity on the internet. Yes, and right. More philosophical questions like, what does it mean to be you, which you all probably know if you've heard me talk. I love to talk about. But this is going to bring up a lot of interesting identity problems, and the whole internet is going to have to deal with that. Part of me thinks it's kind of a good thing, because it'll force us to get back to local environments, frankly, like Second Life, where you only talk to a few people at once, and you don't typically trust the words of people who you don't actually know. And one of the magical things about our place here, right, is that that's more typically the case here than in a lot of other places on the internet. So transcription, voice morphs for all. Hang on, Cody. Cody, wait until I'm going to switch over to Q&A.
Oh, your voice is gone.
His voice left, and then the music turned on, like instantly.
Yeah, I don't hear any music either. I don't think there should be music.
Well, we lost him now.
I'll be back.
Is he having trouble?
Hang on.
Whatever it is, Cody did it. I'm kidding.
I'm trying to track him down. Hopefully he'll be back soon.
You know what you did, Cody. You know what you did. You know what you did. You're a bad boy.
ADR. Gosh.
That was pretty impressive, though, Cody. I'm going to give you that. You just knocked Philip Linden out of himself.